Airlines are credited with the initial creation of revenue management strategy. Back in the early 1970s, Ken Littlewood, a British overseas airway company, now known as British Airways, proposed a rule that discounted fares be accepted if their revenue value exceeded expected revenue of full fare tickets. Littlewood's rule marked the start of what became yield management, and later, revenue management. Robert Crandall, former CEO and chairman of American Airlines, pioneered a practice called yield management, which focused primarily on maximizing revenue through analytics-driven inventory control. During Crandall's tenure, American invested heavily in forecasting, inventory control, and overbooking capabilities. By the early 1980s, the car rental company Hertz entered the market as the first car rental company to begin yield management. At the same time, American Airlines, among other major carriers, faced challenges brought on by a combination of a mild recession and new competition spawned by the 1978 Airline Deregulation Act. This marked the shift from U.S. airlines being a regulated public utility to being part of a free market system. During deregulation, low-cost, low-fare airlines grew rapidly because of their ability to charge even less than American super saver fares. After investing millions in next-generation capability, which they would call Dynamic Inventory Optimization and Maintenance Optimizer, American Airlines announced the ultimate super saver fare in 1985, which were priced even lower than discount airlines such as People Express. In addition to being advance purchase restricted and capacity controlled, these fares were further fenced by being non-refundable. American's yield management system targeted those discounts to only those situations where they had a surplus of empty seats. The system and analysts engage in continuous reevaluation of the placement of these discounts to maximize their use. Over the next years, American Airlines profits were up 48%. Using revenue management or yield management to solve the issues that arose proved to be the best option. Crandall gave yield management its name and has called it the most important technical development in transportation management since we entered deregulation. It wasn't until the 1988 edition of the Cornell Quarterly that the first yield management-related article appeared. Robert Crandall discussed his success with yield management with Bill Marriott, CEO of Marriott International. Marriott had many of the same issues as airlines: perishable inventory, customers booking in advance, lower cost competition, and wide swings regarding to balance of supply and demand. The term revenue management came about once the practice became introduced to the hotel industry. Yield management was the terminology used by airlines and car rentals. Marriott created a revenue management organization and invested in automated revenue management systems that would provide daily forecasts of demand as well as make inventory recommendations for each of its over 100,000 rooms. As brands adopted the practice of fence rate logic, similar to airlines, it would allow them to offer targeted discounts to price-sensitive market segments based on demand. To address the additional complexity created by variable length of stay, Marriott created a demand forecasting system, built to forecast guest booking patterns and optimize room availability by length of stay. By the mid-1990s, Marriott's successful execution of revenue management was adding between $150 to $200 million to companies' annual revenue. In 1996, emerged a new player, Expedia, which was a spin-off company of the largest company on earth at the time, Microsoft. Expedia spearheaded the way for other online travel intermediaries, which have had a significant impact on shifting consumer behavior over the past 20 years, something we'll be discussing in the next video.